Welcome to Digital Imaging. Today we are going to go over using the online photo editor called Photopea to complete the Photobombing 101 assignment. First of all, you're going to need a photo with a person in the background that you don't want there. You can feel free to go out and take a photo of someone and have a friend or a sibling jump in the background. In my case, I found this picture of my son with some other family members in the background from when we went camping. One important thing to keep in mind is that the easiest backgrounds to replace are natural or organic ones like grass or trees. If your subjects are in front of something like a chain link fence or like a small checker pattern, it's going to be really hard to erase the photobomber out and make it look clean. A wall like with like brick walls where you can see the pattern of the brick, that's possible, but it's tricky, and so that's going to be a little bit more work. So if you pick that kind of a background, remember it's going to be hard. Okay, first of all, I'm going to crop this photo. My photo is suffering from a little bit of what I call target syndrome, where the person's face is right in the center, and there's a whole bunch of dead space in the upper part of the image and on the right side of the image. So I'm going to use the crop tool to eliminate some of that dead space. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to set the aspect ratio to 16:9, which is going to match the video that I'm eventually going to stick it in. So as long as I'm doing one, I might as well do the other. Once you've got the crop taken care of, then is the time to save it. To do this in Photopea, click on the File menu and select Export As, then JPG, or JPEG is how we pronounce it. By default, it will save it to your Downloads folder, and it'll have the same name as whatever it had when you first opened it. Find it in your Downloads folder, and then rename it last name .photobomb101v1.jpg. I guess you probably don't have to put the JPG, it'll do that automatically. That way, when we're done, you'll be able to flip back and forth between your before image and your after versions, and people can see your photo magic in action. Okay, next up, I want to introduce you to the two primary tools that we're going to use to erase our photobombers. Those are the magnification tool and the clone stamp tool. The magnification tool will let us zoom in on just the part of the image that we want to edit and see all the fine detail in there. The clone stamp tool is one of my favorite tools in Photoshop. It allows us to copy with a brush one part of our image to another part of an image. So if you've got grass or shadows in one place, you can put them in another part of your image. And if we do this process well, our edits will be invisible and no one would know that it was ever different unless we tell them, which we will in this assignment. Okay, the clone stamp tool, the keyboard shortcut is S. Allows you to copy from one part of the image to the other. If you need your brush size to be a little bit smaller or bigger up in the upper left-hand corner, you can see. So the top slider adjusts how big your brush is so you can be more precise or quicker. And then the smaller one makes the edges softer so that it makes it a little easier to blend with what's going on around it. So now what I'm showing you is a sped up version of when I did this edit. When I did this originally, it took me about 24 minutes from start to finish. I expect it'll probably take you a little bit longer to do that since this is your first time doing it, but it shouldn't take you hours and hours. This is an assignment that we usually do in the first week of class. So I hope that you can have a little bit of fun with it. So there you go. There's the boys getting erased out. Now that our photobombers are gone, it is time to save our final version. So again, go to the File menu and select Export As, then JPEG. Next, find the final version in your Downloads folder and rename the file last name .photobomb101v2, since this is the second version, and it'll have the .jpg at the end. The last step is to upload the before and after versions, the V1 and the V2, to the Google Classroom. I think that all of you know how to do that, so we won't go over that here. Okay, and that's it. I hope you guys all had fun learning about this assignment. Feel free to let me know in the comments, either the lesson or the video, if you've got questions. I look forward to seeing all the fun things you come up with. All right, have fun out there, and I will talk to you soon.